Episode 35. Eskandar gathered all the aristocrats Iran in his palace and promised them to be a good king. He wrote a letter for his brother's wife and asked her to make peace with him. In the letter he told Daraz's wife that he had no role in Daraz's murder. Eskandar asked Daraz's wife to send her daughter, Shahnameh, to his palace. Daraz's wife wrote the letter and agreed to make peace with Eskandar. So, Shahnameh, Daraz's daughter, went to the capital city to meet Eskandar. Eskandar asked Shahnameh to marry him and she accepted. Eskandar also wrote a letter to his mother, Nahid, and asked her to participate in his wedding ceremony. The king of India at that time was called Khed. One night Khed saw a nightmare. He was upset. He asked his astronomers to interpret his dream. But they could not find a solution to interpret his dream. They told him, "There is a wise man who lives in a mountain. His name is Mehran. He can help us." Khed sent for Mehran. When Mehran heard of the dream, he told the king, "There is a young king in Greece called Eskandar, who has conquered many kings and has seized a lot of countries. He will come to India too. It is wise not to disagree with him. Eskandar has a powerful army and fighting with him can destroy your reign. I suggest you to give him 4 precious things in your palace." Khed asked Mehran, "What are those precious things?" Mehran said, "First precious thing is your daughter. Second is a magic golden cup. Third is your smart physician. And fourth is the wise philosopher in your palace." Khed accepted to act as Mehran told him. Some time later, Mehran's prediction came true. Eskandar arrived in India with his army and Khed behaved well with him and gave Eskandar the 4 precious things Mehran had suggested. Eskandar felt happy and content. Khed accepted to give tax to Eskandar and stay the king of India as before. There was a city in India called Gulnuj. This city had a governor who did not agree to surrender and make peace with Eskandar. His name was For. Eskandar wrote a letter to For and told him if he does not agree to give tax to Eskandar, Eskandar's army will attack Gulnuj. For was ready for war. He sent back a letter to Eskandar and told him, "Your army cannot defeat me. You will fail. It is better for you not to come close to Gulnuj." This answer made Eskandar furious. Eskandar and his army moved to Gulnuj. The way was narrow and full of valleys around. Eskandar lost some of his soldiers on the way. But finally they arrived to Gulnuj. The 2 armies were ready for war. Eskandar told For, "I have a suggestion. If our armies want to fight, a lot of people will die. I want to fight with you, face to face. The winner will get the city." For accepted. The battle between the 2 men was hard. They were both mighty warriors. But at the end, Eskandar was the winner and could kill For. After seizing India, Eskandar went to Mecca. The king of Mecca was also surrendered to Eskandar. Then he moved to Egypt. He stayed in Egypt for a year and then decided to get the land of Andalus. Andalus had a queen who was called Getafe. When the queen heard that Eskandar wanted to attack her country, she sent an artist man to Egypt and told him to find Eskandar and paint his picture and bring the picture for her. The artist moved to Egypt and he could see Eskandar and he painted some pictures of him and went back to Andalus. When the queen saw the pictures, she was surprised. Eskandar was a young man. The queen always thought that Eskandar might be a middle-aged man. Some time later, Eskandar and his army moved toward Andalus. Before entering the country, Eskandar disguised himself as a messenger and met the queen. But the queen knew him because she had seen his pictures before. The queen told Eskandar, "I know you are Eskandar. I can arrest you right now but I don't. Because I am not interested in war. I accept to give tax to you and I want you to leave Andalus now." Eskandar agreed. Eskandar had conquered many places in the world and he was proud of himself. There were 2 things that Eskandar wanted to have them. One was the elixir of life and the other was treasures of Khosrow. Eskandar wanted to live forever. He searched for the elixir of life everywhere. On his way, he met a wise man. He told Eskandar that he knows where the elixir of life is. The man told Eskandar, "There is a jungle near here. And there is a pond inside the jungle. The water of that pond gives you eternal life." Eskandar followed the wise man. They went to the jungle, but in the middle of the way, Eskandar lost the man. Eskandar arrived to a mountain. He went up. There he saw a coffin. He touched the coffin and suddenly the death angel came out of the coffin and told him, "Don't look for the elixir of life. Death will come to you soon." Eskandar was terrified. He decided to leave the jungle. Some time later, Eskandar went to Babel with his army. He had heard that the treasure of Khosrow is in Babel. Eskandar could find the treasure. He was happy. But some days later he felt ill. Doctors could do nothing to save him. He knew that his life was going to end. He sent a letter to his mother, Nahid, and told her, "If my wife, Roshanak, gave birth to a boy, make him the next king of Iran." Shortly after, he passed away. His body was buried in the city of Eskandarian. And this is how his reign ended. End of episode 35. Thank you for watching.